We're live on YouTube, and today's topic, my beloved Roger Federer. So before we begin, this topic is about why Djokovic beat Roger. And I do want all the Roger fans out there to know that Roger is my favorite player, but we need to talk about this, especially we are in the middle. Hello, how are you? We are in the middle of a launch on consistency. Okay, so if you are new to our YouTube channel, it's good to see everybody on. Make sure that you check out our latest video that Matt and I made, and it's good to see a thumbs up on consistency. It's really good. And I wanted to jump on and just talk about some key stats because I think it can really help us and shed light when we go out there and play a match. What's really important is that what is important in a match. So I've got some really interesting key stats on the Roger Federer versus Novak Djokovic match, and I love. Okay, I don't know what happened. I'm sorry, guys. Anyway, Roger actually found it easier returning Novak Djokovic first serve. Yes, so we're going to get in some key stats. I'm probably lost a lot of you guys. Hopefully you guys will come back. I apologize. Let me put this back on the try. Well, you know what? I'll just talk like this. What the heck? Let me come over with some key stats. So the topic of this live stream is, oh, good. You guys are joining us back, is why Novak Djokovic beat Roger. And I'm going to try and put this. Thank you. Peter Freeman makes me feel better. Good. I'm glad to hear that. So first of all, just the simple fact, Novak Djokovic only had 15 unforced errors versus Roger's 28. And as I was watching the match, that's really what it's about, you know, and I think what we can take out of it is, and this is nothing against Roger. Roger could turn around in a couple weeks and beat Novak. We know that. So this is not to say that Novak is better than Roger and all that kind of stuff. We're just analyzing this one particular match. And the biggest thing that stood out to me was Novak gets every darn ball back in play. And you could tell that Roger was very, I don't know, did you guys see his press conference? He was very disgusted in the press conference about his inconsistent play. And one of the things that really stood out, this was the match right here. Okay, this is the big stat. Novak Djokovic got 66% of second serves back in play. Roger Federer only got 51% of second serves back in play. I'm going to repeat that. On a second serve, Novak Djokovic is bringing the ball back in play 66% of the time. Roger Federer is getting the ball back in play 51%. That was the match. And you could look at those almost as, I mean, a second serve is obviously harder to return maybe than a normal just cross-court ground stroke. But you could look at those almost as unforced errors. Not getting a second serve back in play, it's kind of like making an unforced error. And it was one of the things that as a Roger fan, since I was rooting for Roger, I kept noticing that he'd have these many opportunities in the match. He didn't have many opportunities, but he'd have these many opportunities in a match, and he would dump a forehand return the net. And even Roger in the press conference said, you know, I don't even know what that was about. And he just kind of said, well, anyway, I want to talk about Novak and what a great accomplishment he had. Like, it was kind of cool that he's like, I don't want to talk about my play. I just want to give all the credit to Novak. But you could tell he knew that the way he played was just so far beneath what he wanted to do out there. And the biggest thing he was frustrated at was his unforced errors, that he would miss shots. I remember he had a second serve on the deuce side that went way into the ad court. So for whatever reason that day, Roger was missing a ton of shots. And because of the 66% back in play versus the 51%, listen to this stat. This is incredible. This is like a first serve kind of stat. Novak Djokovic won 78% of his second serve points. So when Novak Djokovic is serving, he won 78% of those points, guys. Matt show frequently is so smart. Matt's going to come back. He's coming back. But look at that, guys. 78% of second serves, Novak wins that. That's like a first serve stat. And Rogers was pretty normal. This is not even that bad. Roger was winning 47% of his second serve points. Now, when you compare that to Novak, 78%, you're like, well, that's terrible. But if you look at just Matt's stats and match. I see you got me thinking about Matt. If you think about match stats in general, 47% winning 47% of your second serve points, that's pretty normal. That's a pretty normal average stat. It's not great, but it's not terrible. And it can be good enough to win matches. But because Novak was putting so much pressure on Roger, returning 66% of his second serves, and Roger's only getting about half of those back, it made that second serve stat just so much in Novak's favor. And that was clearly the difference in the match. I mean, the more you're able to be consistent returning that second serve, the more pressure you're constantly putting on your opponent. So remember that when you guys go out there and play, a lot of times when we go out there and play, we're thinking about always like, oh, we got a second serve. Let me just crush this second serve. Let me make them pay for their second serve. And you're trying to hit winners. And then a lot of times you miss. Where if you're just like, let me put a lot of pressure in. Let me hit a solid, consistent second serve back and play. They serve it in. I'm going to make sure I hit a solid ball back and play. The better you're going to do. So that's what I wanted to come on and talk about. This live stream was a little crazy because it started out on a tripod. Now I'm holding my hand. It's all mental, Peter. Roger's mind is causing him harm against Djokovic, be it return stats, forehand errors. Well, that's true too. I think that Roger, but I think it goes back to the concept of consistency. I think when Roger plays Novak or Rafa, when Rafa was beating Roger, is that Roger knows that these guys are going to get one more ball back in play that normal competitors don't go back and get back and play. Like Roger didn't play on his game, but I still saw some Roger Federer, typical Roger Federer shots that would not come back. And Novak, with his Gumby flexibility, would stretch way out and get the ball back and make Roger play one more ball. And then Roger sometimes wasn't putting the overheads away, and Novak was getting himself back into the point. I mean, there were so many times where the point was clearly lopsided to Roger. Roger couldn't put the ball away. Novak would neutralize the rally, and then Roger would force a shot. You could almost see him get nervous. There was one forehand where he clearly decelerated. He had a wide open court. He had a wide open court, guys, to go down the line, and you could see his racket had literally slowed down. Then he it weakly went into the net. You usually don't see the pros hit the ball into the net kind of like weak. It usually looks like a strong shot in the net, like it flies into the net. Like this kind of like dumped into the net. And it's because of the pressure that Novak puts on you, because every ball is coming back in play. And so the reason why I analyze these matches for you guys, rather than just being fun to talk about, it's always fun to talk about the greatest players, but to think about your own game. Right now, we're in the middle of teaching you guys about consistent play. And rather than thinking of yourself as somebody who's always got to come up with a winner, start thinking of yourself as that person who always gets one more ball back in play. I'm not asking you to be a pusher. Inside the new course we have, we're not teaching people how to be pushers. We're teaching people how to hit consistent, solid balls. We actually have a 30-day program that we're going to run you through. So you're not just, getting more ball. It's not just about tapping 20 balls back in play. Novak Djokovic is not a pusher. Okay, Rafael Nadal is not a pusher. But what they do is with their strokes, they put so much pressure on you. They put so much pressure on you to make more shots. And so, thank you. You should do these with CBT. Yes, I've told Matt he should do more live streams with Coffee Break Tennis. And I think people would love it. I'll tell him that today. Because part of the reason, guys, that Matt hasn't done more Coffee Break Tennis for you guys is he puts such time and effort into each one. He spends hours and hours editing them. I mean, they are fantastic, right? So he puts so much time and love and care into editing every single video that he just hasn't had the time to feel like he'd do a good job for you guys. So he's not going away. He hasn't given up on Coffee Break Tennis. He's going to come back strong at the US Open. But he has not done a live stream in a while a video for a while, because we've just been running like crazy, and he doesn't just want to make a video and put it out there. He loves to edit it and make it perfect. I've told him though to connect with you guys. Sometimes he should just jump on and do a live stream like this because it's a little easier. Now, I'm just doing this right in between lessons because I like to connect with you guys, talk to you guys. So that's it. Much love for Matt, says Adam. Yes, that's right. That's right. I agree. So, guys, but if you do love Matt and if you like me, make sure that tomorrow you're watching YouTube. Check out our YouTube channel, Crunch Time Coaching, tomorrow. Live streams would be good. Solution from Matt, high quality videos and live streams. Yes, Liam, I will tell him that. I'm going to pass it around and make him do it. I'm going to like, Matt, look at this live stream. Look what they want. They want you, Matt. They don't care. They don't care if it's perfect. Can you guys write that down? Matt's a phenomenal guy. Best tennis we have out there on the internet. You should come more often. Thank you. So write some stuff down. Write some love letters here for Matt and say, Matt, just do some live streams for us. Just go on and do some live streams. We know that your show is awesome, but we don't want to wait 2 or 3 weeks. Just get on live, talk to us, and then make your awesome videos. I think that that is a good thing. Now, if you want to see me and Matt tomorrow, check out our YouTube channel because we're coming with video 2. And in video 2, what we're going to do is we're going to uncover the biggest consistency leak that I see out there in the recreational level. It was interesting. We just completed a master class clinic in Cincinnati where we had 24 students. I think the level was like 3.0 to 4.5. Level is 3.0 to 4.5. And they all had the same consistency leak. They all did this one thing. It was really kind of weird because even the better players were doing this one thing. So that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to cover tomorrow. Okay. So watch our video tomorrow. Have a nice day, Pete. We'll watch some video. Thank you, Liam. Becoming a Matt show. Becoming a Matt show. What's becoming? I'm becoming a Matt show? I don't know what you meant. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Gonna hang up now. Watch our video tomorrow. Tell Matt to do live streams like this. I know he will enjoy doing it once he gets into it. It's a lot of fun, isn't it? It's a lot of fun. Anyway, you guys have a great day, and I'll see you probably tomorrow. I'm going to be doing almost daily live streams too. Full disclosure, we do want you to try our consistency course. So, you know, it's how I make my living. It's how I eat my food. I will be promoting the course. So I hope that doesn't offend you too much, but that's how I eat, is by trying to help you guys get better at tennis. Take care.